Segmentation and targeting. This is the STP framework, which is segmentation, targeting, and positioning. When we get to positioning, that is where we start branding, which is where we are headed. So segmentation, which is the S, identifying variables that allow one to segment the market. That is what segmentation is. So we are going to figure out different schemes on how to break the market into segments. You are able to identify the variables that allow you to segment the market. You first segment the market. Then targeting has to do evaluating the attractiveness of each segment, the segments you've broken the market into, evaluating the attractiveness of each segment, and choose a target segment. So you choose the target segments the segment you want to target your business into. Then positioning. Positioning is identifying position as concepts for each target segment. Select the best and communicate it. So you position your market by identifying the position concept for each of the targets, the segment you've targeted, and the best way to communicate it. So that's the positioning. So before we move further, let me give an example of this. So looking at the chart now, you see a white line, a blue chart, and a white chart. See blue, and white. So the blue chart stands for durability and beauty. That's a durability and beauty of said product or said business. And the white one stands for low price. Now, attribute one. The attribute one company is focused on giving low price. They're not really focused on the durability and the beauty of the product. That is where the example of Techno Infinix comes in. You understand? They're not focused on the durability and the beauty of the product, but they're focused on giving and delivering low price. Attribute 3 here is focused on delivering durability and beauty. They're not focused on giving low price. Their price, they believe is fair, so they're giving durability and beauty, top notch on that, and they're not giving low price. But attribute 2 here is trying to please everybody. So they're trying to give durability and at the same time give beauty and give a low price at the same time. They're trying to give the two at the same time. So what happens is this. Let's say attribute 1 is cold tea. Attribute 3 is hot tea or warm tea. And attribute 2 is going to be a lukewarm tea. Nobody wants a lukewarm tea. It's either you're taking a cold tea or you're taking a hot tea. But you don't want a lukewarm tea. So if you're standing with attribute 2, you're going to be losing your customers and you're going to be running at loss in your business. You have to decide, am I going to be giving low price? That's the segment I'm picking, or I'm going to be giving durability and beauty. That's the segment I'm picking. You can't be in the middle of the two. You have to decide either black or white. You can't be gray. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. So market segmentation now. Market segmentation is the process of dividing a market into distinct subsets, where any subset may conceivably be selected as a marketing target to be reached with the distinct market mix. So now it's dividing the said market into subsets, and you select a marketing target that you can meet with your market mix. The market mix is what we talked about when we talked about the 4 tools, the 4 P's of marketing, the tools for marketing: the product, the place, promotion, and price. So now, how you have decided to use your market mix will be decided. We also come into decision making when you are making your market segmentation. For instance, we are talking about phone. You want to make your phone affordable. You want it to be a cheap phone. You are using Techno, for instance. Your promotion, you have to work more on marketing. Like the fashion line we talked about. You are making an affordable, very affordable dress. and you're making it customer intimate, you have to focus more on marketing. So your promotion is not going to be just one time, but outside your store. You have to work on getting more marketers out there. You have to be online. You have to get marketers everywhere. You have to have a way of sending out flyers or social media, working on promotion here and there. So your promotion mix is different from the way somebody who is just designing performance-driven businesses in a fashion line will promote their business. Such people will go to Banana Island. We go to conferences where big people are. They will pay to promote their business in such conferences. They will pay top dollar to promote their businesses in such conferences. So your promotion mix is different from such a person. Your pricing is different from such a person. Some people might say they are selling affordable phones, like the way Techno does. You go to Cow Care, you had a little bit of talking to your Techno and you take another Techno. Now the price is different. The price has not just been money now. It's now money with your old phone. That has been the price. So the market mix for that is different than that of the iPhone that you have to go there and go and buy the iPhone. Or some people who are selling used phone will say, bring your old phone, add money to it and take a used phone. And some people who are selling used phone, I would say, we don't do that, buy the used phone. So their pricing is different. The place is also different for some people. Some people you have to go to their store to buy. Some people will send you the product online and will deliver to you. So the place decision too is different. Now the product too is different. So your market segmentation is the process of dividing a market into distinct subsets, where any subset may conceivably be selected as a marketing target to be reached with the distinct market mix you decided to use. So segmentation methods now. This is a very, very important aspect you need to pay attention to. Now, number one, there's characteristics of customers. Now, characteristics of customers has to do with old, young, male, female. Like the example I made in last class, characteristics of customers. Let's say, for instance, I want to start a travel agency. And there are a lot of travel agencies out there, Some are focused on you buy a cheaper ticket. Some are focused on you pay for hotels before you leave the country and stuff like that. But I want to start a travel agency, for instance, and I want to segment my market. I want to make it focus on old people. Now, I'm characterizing the customers. I've picked old people over the young people. The old people I'm picking people above 70 years old or 75 years old. They are very old, right? How many 70 or 75-year-old people want to travel, go into the cold region? So my market is already very, very small, which will make me have lesser competition, right? Benefit sorts. What are the benefits? Inside this my small market, I have to think about how I can create benefits for these people. Now, inside this market, I want to create benefit for people that would like to go on vacations. People that have bucket lists that they want to tick before they pass on. Now, 70-year-old people, some of them are thinking, oh, I've never been to the Bahamas before. I've never been to Maldives before. Those are high-end places, very expensive places to go to. Now, benefit sorts. Inside my market, I've cut out rich, what's it called now? Rich old people, which has made my market smaller, right? Smaller, just shrinking them more. Now, systematic product-related behaviors. Now, we'll get to that. Now, systematic product-related behaviors also talk about, okay, these people, are they going to pay for this with their retirement fee? Would they be paying for it for themselves? I can decide to shrink this market the more by saying I'm targeting people that are above 70 years old, that their children can afford to pay for this trip, not them themselves. So my target market is their children, but they are the ones that are going to be the ones to get the benefits. So I'm looking for people that can convince their children to pay for the trip, people that their children willingly want to pay for the trip for their parents to enjoy that benefit. So now inside that small market, I've shrinked it more. Now, I can now lay it out. I'm looking for old people that are above 70 years old that have things that they want to do before they pass on, that are related to the things that we do in my company, and that their children can sponsor them. Those are the people I'm looking for. Now, that has shrinked my search and has made me have a target market. Now, this target market, I can now look at it. Where do I get such children? Young ministers, young business people, young rich guys. Where are they? People that still have parents that maybe their parents are currently in the UK, maybe their parents are currently in Nigeria, maybe their parents are in Lagos with them, or they are in Port Harcourt with them, but their parents can't really afford this themselves. Whether they can afford themselves, but it's their parents' birthday and they want to surprise the man, they want to surprise the woman, and they decide to pay for my services, to take them to XYZ country, spend a month, spend 2 weeks, and I am going to deliver this by making sure that these people get what they intended to get. So I'm going to create a survey like, okay, I'm sending this to the 70-year-old man and asking him, what do you want to do when you get to Dubai? What do you want to do when you get to the Maldives? Okay, do you want to go on a safari trip? Do you want to go for a deep dive? Do you want to go for under the sea diving? Do you want to see underneath the sea? What do you want to do? What are the things you wish you can see, things you've seen on TV that you want to achieve when you get there? So that would be around my survey. That would be the kind of things I can use to market to their children and tell their children, your parents want this, you can give this to your parent to your father as a birthday gift, and they are going to pay. So systematic product related behaviors. Now, there's also one other aspect of segmentation. Do you know that the people you go to church with, the people that your family members, solve problems the same way you do? If you have a traffic issue, do you know that people who are around you, who are close to you, we have the same solution? You can try it. That is why you see top companies in the US hire an African guy to work at the managerial level. They will hire an Asian guy to work at the managerial level. Do you know why? They're bringing a new way of thinking. Now, the same way goes into segmentation. If you go to the same church with someone, or you are in the same family with someone, if you guys have been in that same environment for 3 to 5 years, you are most likely going to be using almost the same product or buying things in almost the same places. There's a high tendency that what you like is what I like. There's a high tendency, an 80% chance that what you will decide to go for is what I will decide to go for. So I can decide to segment my market and target my market based on that information. Looking for people that are clustered in the same places. And the same thing goes into, this same thing also works with geographical segmentations. People that stay in the same geographical area solve problems the same way, they shop the same way. If you go to the same school with someone, you're in the same department with someone, and you guys have been close, maybe you guys are on the same team on a particular project, and that project has been lasting for 3 years, it's most likely that you guys will be shopping from the same website. There's a high tendency that you guys are going to be on the same group on Facebook. There's a high tendency that you guys are going to be in 1 or 2 WhatsApp groups together. That means you have a product-related behavior. You have a systematic purchasing behavior. You understand? Most likely you guys shop online together, or you guys shop offline together. There are some people that work in the same office in the local government level, state government level, that shop from the same store together. They won't go to the mall. Some of them have decided to be shopping in the normal, maybe Palms or Ceci or something like that, but they won't go to to the shopping mall more often as they go to those other places, because that is like what they've adapted to based on that on that area or what they've grown into. Now, the last aspect is the cohort analysis. This is a very, very important aspect you need to understand when you are creating a segmentation for your business. The cohort analysis. Now, in the year 1912 to year 1921, there's something called the Depression cohort. Some things happened around that period that created people that were born in that period, and they're coming of age at the year 1930, 1939. They are called the Depression cohort. People that were born in 1928 to 1945, they are come out of age at 1946, 1963. They are called the post-war cohort. Now, you'll be wondering, what are these names? These things drive the behavioral pattern of those people. The way they think, the way they solve problems, the way they buy things. Now, the baby boomers, these people, if you notice, people that were born in 1955, 1965, that come of age in 1972, 1983, and people that were born in 1946, 1957, that come of age in 1963, 1972, these people gave birth to a lot of children. That is around the period you will hear people that come of age at this period are people that are having 10 children, 12 children. That's the time you will hear music of my mother, or you understand, stuff like that. They are baby boomers. They really care about kids. They care about having children, and they really drive that. There's a World War II cohort also. So these cohorts, these people that were born at this period and are coming of age at this period, these years, the way they think is patterned to that cohort because of what happened around that period. There are some things that happen that changes the global way of thinking in some particular periods. Now, the cohort we are in right now, before COVID-19, the cohort we are in right now is Generation Y. These are people born in the year 1977 to 1997, coming of age in 1995 to 2015, which is practically everybody on this call right now. Now, you will notice that everybody on this call right now, you like free content, you like telecommuting, you like everything social, wireless, you know the right fit. Millennials, they are called millennials, Generation Y. They want to ask, what is happening? Why is this like this? Why is this people doing like this? Why is that happening? Now, this happened to be this happened to be driven based on what happened in 2008, 2007, and at the same time, what happened in 1992, I think 1991, 1992. That there were some things that happened because of lack of transparency. Some people were able to dupe some people, causing global meltdown, recessions, and stuff like that. So everybody wants to be open. Everybody wants to know what is happening. That's why you see creativities, stuff like social media, where you can see what is happening, what your government is doing. There's a write-up out there about what your government is doing. They are saying make the budget public. There's cryptocurrency, there's blockchain, making the way the government spend their money public. There's public ledger. Everybody wants to see what's happening. Don't hide anything from us. When you hide something, everybody go kablash. You're hiding it. You know, they dislike anonymous mass marketing. They dislike stuffs that are beating, stuff that are on the beating paths. Like I said earlier, when something is on the beating path, it means you are no more innovative, you are no more trending. Like for instance, if you notice in this age, if you have a bar or an hotel, you just open, everybody will come in, flushing in, buying stuff, happy, wow, this is cool, this is exciting, this place is fine. Give them 3 to 6 months. Another bar opens. If you are not innovative and you're not keeping yourself up to date and you're not doing something new all the time, people will move to the new place. And that place will just become a ghost town all of a sudden. They hate things on the beaten paths. They hate restricted access. As I said earlier, everybody wants to know what's happening. They don't want to be restricted. You have a business center where people come in and they pay to come inside, and you're putting a password on your Wi-Fi. They're angry with you. They want free stuff. They want access to everything. So this cohort, this millennials cohort, they are big shoppers. They co-purchase with their parents. If you notice, that is true. Many live or are supported by their parents. A lot of people in this generation still live with their parents, and those of them that have left their parents, in a way, if their parents can afford to support them, they are supported by their parents. Unlike the former generation, that they go out, they don't want their parents' support, they go and thrive on their own. Now, a lot of people are still being supported by their parents. All information is experienced electronically. This age, a lot of people rely on electronic information. People are waiting. They go online to get information. They go on. People don't even watch TV to get news anymore. They get it online. They get it on social media. They like multitasking. That is why in this generation, when a son is watching TV and is playing game or chatting on his phone, the mom will shout and be like, "You're watching TV and you're chatting. What is wrong with you, these children? What is your problem?" That is because they multitask. But the former generation can't do that. They are learning to do that, but it's hard for them. This generation, that is their thing. Co-creators of content, product, and media. They co-create content, the product and media. You see researchers now. You see people even going online to tell companies what they should do next. We don't like what you are doing. We prefer you do this. You see on YouTube, people are already designing the next iPhone, doing designs for it, doing videos for it, and they're already designing, this is what we want from iPhone. They are co-creators. They are connected. Everybody is connected with one another. People easily connect with each other. People that are millennials, they are easily connected. Unlike the former generation that they still find it hard to go into social connections, but this new generation, they do that. Social responsibility. That's why you see them creating organizations for stopping global warming, stuff like that, because they are socially responsible. It comes naturally. They are socially responsible. You see the road not bad for too long. You see them standing up and saying that the government must fix our road. We don't like this. They're socially responsible. Formerly, people would just be like, government is bad. They just keep moving on. But these days, you see people, one or two people standing up and saying, they have to fix our road. We can't keep doing this. We have to fix this. We have to do that. You see people talking and saying, we have to change our government. They are socially responsible. That is what happens in this analysis. Now, a new cohort analysis is being battered due to this COVID-19. Now, these new cohort analyses is going to drive the way solutions are being battered. Now, if you notice, formally, we have weapons being produced. We have companies focused on missiles, warheads, and stuff like that. People focused on how they can create social media atmospheres and stuff like that. Now, the new turn of event now due to COVID-19, you see people focused on how they can create better and secure transportation, delivery systems without physical touch. They can create how they can cure pathogens. We see how terrorists will be working on, instead of working on bombs, they'll be working on creating pathogens to kill people, not to scare you. And why some people are also working on creating how to solve this problem to the other end. So people will be diverting the way they are creating stuff, and marketing to the way people purchase stuff will be changing. People won't really be focused on going to stores anymore. So now the idea of stores or creating large gatherings will gradually be reducing, and people will be looking for solutions, things to do to create large gatherings without people coming together. I got a mail from WhatsApp today, and they are saying that they are creating a situation whereby WhatsApp groups can now do video calls, and they will all be present. Everybody on the group will be able to be on the video call. That's a large gathering without people coming together, right? Now, people are trying to innovate stuff. Now, the people that are born before or around this period that will be coming to of age in a couple of years' time, or people that are already coming of age now. Their way of thinking, their way of providing solution, their way of innovation will be different from the millennials, from the generation Y. Their way of innovation will be different, and there will be the cohort, the COVID-19 cohort, because they will also have a different way, which will shape the world into a new path. They'll be doing some things that you right now will feel like, oh, how do I adapt to this? How do I manage this? How do I bring this to my business? But to them, to just be natural, to be easy for them, because it is their cohort. And if you are going to market to that cohort, you need to be able to position your business and position your segment in such a way that you can penetrate that cohort also. So all these cohorts I've mentioned, if your market is on those cohorts, you need to be able to position yourself and position your market. If your segment is selected based on those cohorts, to be able to meet the needs and the way those cohorts think. So geographical segmentation. I talked about regional segmentation, the way people think, people stay in the same areas. Distinct marketing strategies created for similar types of neighborhoods stretched across the nation. People who stay in Banana Island most likely think the same way. Their kids most likely go to the same schools. People who stay in some other areas also think the same way, and their kids most likely go to the same schools. Now, people who stay in some areas has an 80% chance of shopping the same place, going to the same websites, because those are things that are being marketed in those areas. And in a way, socially, they communicate with each other and they think about the same thing and they go to the same places. So if you are going to be segmenting your business based on geographical segmentation, you have to think, okay, what area am I thinking about? What area am I going into? I'm making fashion. I'm thinking about students. I'm thinking about girls hostel. Okay, am I thinking about girls that stay off campus? Am I thinking about girls that stay in campus? That is geographical segmentation. Girls that stay in campus think differently from girls that stay off campus. You will agree with me, that is true. Guys that stay in campus think differently from guys that stay off campus. So if I'm going to be targeting my market based on the geographical segmentation of people that stay on campus and people that stay off campus, I have to know, okay, what are the people that stay on campus? How do they think? What are the things they want? They want to be classy. Okay, they want to be classy also, and they want something that is affordable. They want to also make money. Okay, how do I make that work for them? How do I do things? How do I position my market in such a way that if I'm going for this market, I'm going to be a leader in this market? People that stay off campus, how do they think? You have to be able to understand these things. So these segments of segmentation and targeting might most likely be split into two, but let's continue because we are almost at 40 minutes for this segment and we might need to stop it and start again, but let's still continue now. I'll let you know when we'll be doing that. So selecting a segment, a target segment. Now you have to think, what makes this segment attractive? The segment size, the segment growth, the segment value, the segment stability. Now from the, what's it called? The travel agency I was making analysis and I was making example of. I said old people, the segment size is small, right? Very, very small, because I'm targeting old people above 70 who their children can sponsor them, who have things they want to do before they die. That means they must have money and they must have wants. That's my target. So the segment size is small. Segment growth. Is this something that will grow? Okay, these old people have friends that are in the same circle as them. So definitely it will grow. And a lot of people will still be 70 tomorrow. So it's a growing segment. Segment value. What is the value there? Will I be able to have 20 people paying 300, 400,000 naira for this stuff per month or per 6 months? Definitely I won't be able to have that. But I can have 5 people paying 1 million naira for this in every 6 months, right? So the segment value is much if I plan myself well. and it's not much if I don't plan well. Segment stability. I'm looking at 70, 75-year-old people. Is it stable? We might not be able to get customers in some months. So I have to think about, okay, I'm not looking for customers every month. I have to look at how I can make this thing maybe 3 times or 4 times in a year or twice in a year. That is the only way this segment can be stable. So you have to think about the segment size, the segment growth, the segment value, the segment stability. Number 2, balancing segment attractiveness with your capability. You have to be able to balance the segment. We talked about segment attractiveness. You have to be able to balance the segment attractiveness with your capability. That is what I was trying to explain when I was talking about the size, is small, how do I make it grow, how do I make it stable. Current company position within the segment, ease of entry into the segment. Like the segment I was talking about, old people. A lot of people are not there yet. They're not thinking about it yet. So it's easy to enter that segment. Ease of competitive entry into the segment. So how many people are going to be competitions that will come to the segment when I start this? How many people will hear of it and want to come into it? A lot of people want to come into it because they're thinking about the stress that it will take and stuff like that. But some people will definitely come into it. So now, continuously monitoring whether the actual buyer matches the target segment. So you have to keep thinking, okay, if Mr. Dele is doing this for his mom this year, and he tells his friend who is Femi, will Femi too be able to do it? Why won't Femi do it? They are both top end guys, and they both have parents that want this, but Femi is saying no. Okay, why is he not doing it? What is the what segment of market will he fall into? How can I bring him into this? Because his parent actually fits into what we're doing, but he's not doing it. Maybe he does not like spending much. But how can I convince him? You continuously monitor whether the actual buyer matches the target segment, and you have to check how you can bring other buyers into the segment. So moving forward, we have the market target. This is a diagram to show you how to select your market segment. So on the right, you see competitive strength. On the top, you see segment attractiveness. Now, if your competitive strength is high, like the one I explained is high, segment attractiveness is low. The segment attractiveness is low. You understand? So here I have domination. I will dominate the market. You understand? But we have to do a lot of work. But let's say the segment attractiveness is high. It's a segment that everybody wants to go into. It's very high. But I have the competitive strength above every other market. Every other competitor. I have the competitive strength. Definitely, I'm in a perfect spot. I'm going to make a lot of profit there. I can keep selling every month, every day. I'm going to make a lot of profit there. That is where some businesses are right now. Like for instance, Peak Milk. When it comes to milk, they have the highest competitive strength, and their segment is very attractive. So that is why they are up there, making cash flow every time. But let's say your competitive strength is low. You are finding it hard to enter into the market, and the segment attractiveness is high. A lot of people are into that segment, and your own competitive strength is low. Don't even think about it. Beware of the shakeout. They will push you out of that market. But if your competitive strength is low, the segment attractiveness is low, that market is a no-no. You understand what I mean? It's a no-no.